Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. This is the player ratings for Everton 3, Fulham 2. My blood pressure is not good supporting this club, let me tell you that. This player ratings was quite hard to do. It's a bit of a topsy-turvy game for some players, I'm not going to lie, but I've come up with some scores here. Hopefully you all agree. If not, please leave it below and let me know what you think. But quickly before I just start, if you're going to buy any Everton merchandise, please follow our link from down below and that will take you to the Everton store, and it helps this channel out a little bit. So, you know, just please use that link if you're thinking on buying any training gear or whatever, because it just does help the Toffee Blues out. But let's just get into it then. We are doing the player ratings here and we are going to start with Jordan Pickford. Now, I've gone for a 6, could have maybe given him a 7. I don't think the 2 goals were really his fault. Not many keepers are going to save them, to be honest, but his kicking was a little bit dodgy at times. But, you know, he didn't do too bad. I can't blame him for anything that went wrong here today. He did do a few catches at the end and stuff, you know, to calm us down a little bit, but all in all, just above average game for Pickford. I mean, he's usually the talking point, isn't he? But today, didn't really do too much wrong, so can't really blame him for nothing. Don't think he had many fantastic saves to make, to be honest. Just 1 or 2 easy ones here and there. But the 2 goals, can't really blame him for them. So I've gone with a 6. Next up we have Godfrey, who's playing on the right today. Not his favourite position, but I've gone with a 6. Maybe people will give him lower, I don't know. But he is out of position for the start. And after the first 20 minutes, I thought, you know, they were having joy down the left a little bit. But he got into the game after that, I thought. And he done a few nice little tackles here and there and won the ball. Headed a few balls out for us and stuff. He did give a penalty away, though, which maybe nearly give him a 5. But you can't just leave, you know, your leg out like that. But it was just a stupid little... The player just got the better of him, really, and he's just left his foot out, hasn't he? But all in all, I'm not going to be too harsh on him. I thought he had a good game in patches. Like I said at the start of the video, topsy-turvy game for some players. They were hit and miss in patches of the game. But overall, I've gone for a 6. Don't think he was great. Don't think he was terrible. But did give a penalty away, which they fortunately missed. Which didn't really matter in the end anyway, but because they scored straight after it. But Michael Keane, give him a 6. The better of the 2 defenders today, definitely. Headed a few balls out for us, made a good few clearances, done a few nice passes up the pitch. But overall, I don't know if most of Fulham's chances were coming from the midfield, but they were just all over the second half. But Keane dealt with a few things when he should have and done all right. But like I said, he was the better of the 2 centre-halves, which is becoming a bit of an occurring thing at times, isn't it? And that does bring me on to Yerry Mina, who gets a 4, which may be a bit harsh, but some people will probably say it's too high, because the first goal, he just half a second switches off, and I forgot the Fulham player's name, really sorry, but Fulham player's through. He should not be through like that. And people might say it's only half a second, but you can't give half a second in the Premier League. You just can't, because you will get done, and he got done there. And we were cruising 1-0 there, and next minute they're back in it. Yeah, and for the second goal, he got a foot in the way, and you know, he did try and block it. At least he tried to block it, but ultimately it still went in the net. Just looked a bit shaky at times, and I think I go against what people say sometimes. Like, people say he's like Bambi on ice or whatever, or scares me when he's on the ball. I think he's quite a composed player at times, but today he did look a bit dodgy. So I think when Holgate's fully fit, or even Godfrey might move in, I wouldn't be surprised if Mina's not playing their next game, put it that way. Because we're leaking too many goals, and against Newcastle as well, it was his fault again. So it's usually Keane who comes out the top of the 2 centre-halves in these player ratings. Like I said, becoming a recurring theme now. So Mina gets a 4. Yeah. Look at Dean. I'm going to give him an 8. Now, he had one bad moment in the game, which is when Lookman done him for the goal. But apart from that, I thought he was one of our best players. He got 2 assists in the game. He was brilliant first half. Absolutely brilliant. you know, linking up well with players. There was nearly a fourth goal where he'd done a brilliant black heel with the Corey, and no one was on the end of it. It was a great cross. It was just unfortunate that no one was in the right position. I just thought he was great all game, you know. 2 assists as well. You can't really complain, can you? But just a really, really assured left-back performance from Dean. And apart from that one moment, I can't complain. He had a good game and he's one of our best players. So Luca Dean gets an 8. Alan, another player who gets an 8. Now, I thought this was one of his best games for Everton today. He knitted everything well in the defensive midfield role. I know Fulham were getting chances and creating stuff in the midfield, but I just thought at times he was winning the ball really well for us and stuff. Look, the Fulham's attacks were coming from everywhere, really. I just couldn't really blame the defence too much for it, because it was coming from all over the areas in the pitch, really. But I thought Alan done well. I did. I thought he'd done his job and made a great block in the first half. I don't know if you remember it, when Fulham were away on the counter-attack. He'd done a great sliding tackle, won the ball back, and he was always looking for a good pass, a forward pass. I thought he played really, really well, Alan. It was one of the best games he's played for us. So he gets an 8. The Corey, a 7. Now, I know he scored the goal and was playing similar to Alan, but there was a few times where he gave the ball away, and he does it a lot, to be honest. He was okay. He was another player who had a topsy-turvy game. Sorry to keep saying 2 words, but I just thought he was up and down today. He was great in moments, and then other moments he was looked dodgy, a bit like Mina on the ball at times. Just looked a little bit dodgy there, but weren't too bad. You know, I just want him to maybe get up the field a little bit more at times, but look, he did score. I can't really say that too much, but second half he wasn't as good as he was in the first half. I thought he looked really a little bit shaky, but overall not too bad. Like I said, moments in the game, flashes in the game he was having. He was hit and miss. So I'll give him a 7 because he did score a goal. Iwobi, I've given him an 8, mainly for his first half performance. He done I think it was the 3rd goal for us. Excellent run. Beat 3 players or something and just laid it off to James, who laid it to Dean, and we scored. One of the best games he's played for us. Now, he was a menace for them all first half. Especially after the 20-minute mark where we started playing our football, getting crosses in. He done a great cross to Calvert-Lewin, who scored, but it was offside, unfortunately. But I thought he was giving them something to think about all game, and that Anthony Robinson, I know Godfrey's out of position for us, but in the first half it looked like Anthony Robinson was out of position for them because he just nowhere to be seen. Iwobi was just all over the place on that right hand side, just causing them problems all the time. Now, I don't know why the second half Carlo seemed to say go right back to him, because it just invited pressure. He was definitely playing right back in that second half for me. He was too deep. Okay, there were moments where he went forward, but I don't know why he was that far back. Carlo definitely told him to sit back. In my opinion, you might disagree with that, but every time Fulham were on the attack, he was by their corner flag. And it was like Godfrey had gone into the middle a little bit. I wouldn't have done that personally. We should just come out the second half like we did the first, because we were battering them. But overall, I thought Iwobi had a good game. I really do. One of the best he's had for us today. So, yeah, he gets an 8. James Rodriguez, I've given him a 6. Now, some people might say that's harsh. Some people might agree. Again, flashes of good moments. I mean, we weren't in the game for 20 minutes at all. He wasn't in it. But then he started to come alive, do a few nice passes here and there. Nearly scored at the end of the first half. But apart from a few moments in the second half as well, where he was doing a few nice passes, wasn't impacting the game too much for us. I just thought he was done some tidy things here and there, but was missing for a lot of the game as well. Hope that seems fair enough, but that's just my opinion. And he did get dragged off as well. Now, I don't know if he got dragged off because of the reasons I've just mentioned, or because he has only just come back from South America and he's a bit tired, because the next player I'm talking about now, Richarlison, also got brought off. But I've given Richarlison an 8. Just shows how much we missed him. He got the assist for Calvert-Lewin in the first 40 seconds, was it? He was a menace all first half of them. He won the ball back all over the pitch. He was everywhere. Second half, I was annoyed when he got brought off, but now I can look at it and say it maybe was the right decision, because he wasn't affecting the game as much for us. Because, I don't know, we were just sitting back for some reason and we couldn't get the ball too much to him. He just maybe a bit tired, so maybe that's another reason Carlo brought him off with James, because they're tired from South America. I don't know, you'd have to ask Carlo, but first half he was definitely one of the best players for us, so gets an A for that and played about 70 minutes of the game. So overall, a good performance from Richarlison. He'll be a lot fresher next week and got the assist as well, so can't complain. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to be my man of the match with a 9 out of 10. Scored 2 goals where he likes to be, in the box. But it weren't just that, it was his hold-up play. It was the second half. Look, Fulham were all over us and he held it up for us a few times. Won 3 or 4 fouls, calmed everything down a little bit for a few minutes. So it weren't just the goals why he's getting man of the match today. I thought he was really impressive today. It was a proper striker's performance. I thought he was brilliant all game. And if he got one more goal, I would have given him a 10. But I just thought, look, he was brilliant. He was, and he is really cementing himself now as one of the best strikers in the Premier League for me. He's got everything that a striker should have. He's a target man as well now. Players play the long ball to him and have confidence in him to hold it up, and he did a few times today. I honestly feel very, very confident when Calvert-Lewin's on the ball that he's not going to lose it, or he'll win as a foul or something like that. Solid striker's performance today and deserved his 2 goals. So 9 out of 10 for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Sigurdsson, I've given him a 5 now. This is because he didn't have enough time to make an impact, but he just done nothing when he come on, apart from a corner kick, which he hasn't learned from the Newcastle game. He just floated it into the keeper's arms, and he's just, I personally wouldn't have brought him on. I mean, like, if you want to short up the game, throw Gate to midfield or something, I don't know, but I just don't think he's good enough anymore. But maybe a bit harsh because he was only on the pitch for about 20-25 minutes, but there you go. Tom Davies is a player who come on and done really well, I thought. I've gone with a 7 for Tom Davies. I thought he played well. He always wanted the ball, tried to make things happen, got a great block in. For the 20 minutes or so he was on, I thought he shone. And it looked like he really wanted to impress the manager and get stuck in, and I thought he played well. I really do, so well done, Tom. Good little cameo there, I thought. He didn't have much time, but if he was on the pitch for longer and playing like that all game, he maybe would have got an 8 or a 9, so I don't know if you agree with that. There you go. Very, very hard player ratings to do this one, so if you disagree with some of these scores, that's fine. That is fine. I can see why. It was just a bit of a horrible game to watch. Everything was happening. Some players could have got a 2, some players could have got a 9 in places, but it was just one of them games. I have to look at it overall and give me full thoughts, take the result into consideration and stuff. So we've won the game, it's 3 points, and we move up to 6th in the table, I believe. I think I've just looked now, so yeah, we'll take it and try and improve from this. But I just wish we play in the next game like we did for that 25 minutes in the first half after the initial 20, because we look like the team we were at the start of the season. So yeah, there you go. That is the player ratings. Please don't forget to share, like and comment on this video. Please subscribe to the Toffee Blues. Got a lot more videos coming on the channel, and if you want to check my channel out where I talk about all these films behind me, the link will be in the description. Thanks very much for watching the Toffee Blues player ratings. See you later.